Hey everybody, it's Dave Ward and I'm back with part 2 of my review on the Line Sakana ski. If you saw part 1, if you didn't see part 1, there's a link somewhere on here on the screen. I had just gotten these, no bindings on them, laid them down and showed you how they're different than the Pescado, which I don't own yet. And very different from the Sir Francis Bacon, which I've been on for 6 years, and the Mr. Paula's Opus, the big POW ski, which I've had for about 3. Haven't used them a whole lot because unless I'm going like driving somewhere, which is rare because I live in San Diego, it's a pain in the ass to take 2 pairs of skis. I have now had an opportunity to ski these on just about everything you're going to see on the West. I have not skied them on East Coast ice blocks, but if that's where you're skiing, you're not looking to ski anyway. These are West Coast skis, and I've had pretty much every West Coast condition I can think of. Had 4 days in Montana at Big Sky. We had the first day about 10 inches, then Bluebird day where they groomed the whole mountain. We're running mostly groomers and then kind of ducking into the trees for leftovers. Then we got another, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches, another powder day. And then the last day it was overcast and they groomed the whole mountain again. They were trying to conserve base. So got to ski them in there. Then the following week, just got back actually from Squaw Valley, where we had 3 days of pretty much sunny, beautiful views and really good snow in the morning, and then the Sierra Cement in the afternoon, which leads me to believe I've skied these and almost said surfed them in just about every condition. You're going to find out here anyway. So let's talk a little bit about the ski and what I did with it. So the bindings that I had mounted on here are Griffin Marker Schizos. So they're a little bit different than the regular Griffins in that they're on this track. You can kind of see this piece in here. And they're on this track, and so you can move them forwards and backwards. So what I did, because I'm used to the Bacons, which are a center-mounted ski, I used these bindings, which I had on the Bacons, and I found they're even more effective with this ski than they were on the Bacons. So if I line these up, you can see the ski on the top is about where I would set it for a groomer day. So moving it forward. The ski on the bottom is where I had it set for powder days. So just moving the bindings back is a tremendous difference in how this thing skis. I mean, a tremendous difference. Now, if you're used to a ski that's mounted a little bit further back, again, this is the one where the bindings are a little bit forward. I don't think that will bother you. For me, I'm used to the Bacons, which are just pretty much center mounted, a little bit back, but it's mostly center mounted ski. I like that feel, especially on groomer. I love that feel of just being right on top of the ski, having enough ski behind me and enough in front of me that I feel like I can really lay into turns. So that's what I did with them. I think if you were super used to a center mounted ski and you're gonna go to this, I might recommend you move the bindings forward or find some sort of a system like these. I don't think they sell these anymore. I actually took them off of the Bacon skis. So let's talk about performance. The first day was powder day, so let's start there. In powder, again, moving the bindings back. Let me just grab the powder. With the bindings moved slightly back, took me a little bit to get used to, like 3 runs before I figured out what was going on here and how these ski. If you're a snowboarder, like I also snowboard, it's the same feeling as you have on a fish with a snowboard. This big shovel and this tail just makes the ski do that. It wants to kick you up, almost like you're in the back seat, but you're not. It's a weird feeling. And so you're just motorboating it, right? And the ski goes like that. It's kind of hard to describe without really seeing it, but that's how they ski. And what's cool about it, about this tail, is that in powder, it feels like fins on a surfboard. In that, if you're a surfer, the fins on a surfboard give you this grab and this hold that you can count on, right? If they weren't there, you just kind of spin out under some circumstances anyway. The fins let you really lay in and go. That's what this feels like, is you have this super reliable thing back there that gives you all this kind of hold and drive. It's not sticky, it's just reliable. I don't know if that is even a term that I can make sense of. On the groomer ski, again, with the bindings moved up for me, just because that's my own comfort zone, the tail is super stiff. okay? Like I can't even bend that thing. It's super stiff, so as you lay them over, and on the groomer, they lay over really easily. These things change direction extremely easily. I'll show you just like, you can see the side cut on them. It's a 15-meter side cut. Like, as I put them like that, you can see how much side cut there is. They just lay trench on the groomers, and part of that is the tail, and they change directions really quickly because of the tail. And the tail on the groomer, it gives you just pop, right? Like, it's got this super stiff tail back there that, again, is really wide. And so as you're coming out of a turn, as you stand up and release that turn, you get this extra little zip coming out of turn. So they turn super fast. They roll over really quickly too. One of the questions I got was, somebody called me out on being 5'10". I'm like just under 5'10". And these are the 174s, and he said he was going to get the 181s. I guess fine. If you like bigger skis, that's cool. This is plenty of ski for me. I love the way these things ski. In powder, they feel short. They feel like 174s. On the groomer, they feel like a big groomer racing ski almost. And you can just get up in the front of your boot and just drive with these things. Then when we went to Squaw, it's this late afternoon soup. It is what it is. It's not a lot of fun to ski and that stuff. It's heavy, it's crunchy. These are stiff enough. Again, with this kind of big shovel in front to move some of that out of your way, and then lay into a turn and know that the back is not going to wash out, right? Again, like, I'm not going to tell you, go get these if you love skiing soup, but they were fine. They were pretty competent, and they were great in the mornings. We had some really beautiful mornings up there, just bluebird and crystal clear views of the lake and everything. So yeah, that's the Line Sakana. I did this review really because I couldn't find information on them, and that bums me out because I'm in San Diego and nobody sells these skis. Nobody sells Line skis in San Diego that I'm aware of. Had I been able to walk into a shop and talk to somebody, and I did actually talk to the guy in the Squaw shop, and he said, the swallowtail was scaring a few people away, but he had skied them and just loved them. If I'd been able to walk into a shop, I for sure would have done that. It's not really an option for me, so I ended up digging around. I couldn't find a lot of information about the skis. I couldn't find a lot of detailed reviews, which is what I like, is the more detailed reviews. And I ended up talking to a lot of people on Instagram who had them, and who were willing to just kind of share their experiences. That and a long history of skiing Eric skis. I had a pretty good degree of confidence that these were going to do what people said they were going to do, and they did. I'm super impressed. I'm so happy with them. They've been so much fun to ski. It's nice to be home. It's nice to sleep in my own bed, but I cannot wait to get back to the mountains and get back on these things. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did and you can't get them in a local shop, there is an Amazon link here. If you use that, I'll make a couple of bucks. If you don't, that's fine too. If you can get them local, buy them local, for sure. I think if you go and you get your hands on the ski and see it and get to feel what's going on back here, these are going to be hard to walk away from. I guess they're pretty rad. So I hope that's been helpful. Have a good one. I'm Dave. If you have comments or questions, post them below, and I will do my best to answer them. Have a good one.